Hello, hello, hello. My name is Chantsy and welcome to my YouTube channel. On this channel I do quick makeup tutorials and I also do fashion videos for size 16. If you're new, welcome, and if you're back for more, thank you so much for joining the Chantsy family. If you're not already subscribed, please consider subscribing now. That way you don't have to wait all the way to the end of the video, where I beg you to help me reach 1,000 subscribers by the end of this year. It's funny because sometimes I catch myself putting on like a YouTube face and I want to keep it real, because on Instagram I keep it real. That's where I'm from and I'm still pretty new to YouTube. And I don't want to be robotic. I want to keep it real like I do on my Instagram. Spoiler alert, I am very overwhelmed these days, and it's summer and I'm trying to do everything and be outside and just maximize my day. But at the end of the day, I think it's starting to, get to me. I work full time. I work, all day during the day, and then I run my blog, my Instagram. I'm a local influencer, so I go to a lot of events during the week. And I'm just finding myself I think I've had it. But at the same time, I love doing videos. I love being on Instagram. I love taking photos, creating content. Because it's funny, it also relaxes me at the same time, and I think if you're in this game you can probably attest to that, because we do this because we enjoy it, but at the same time it creates pressures, we always have to be present, we always have to be online, creating, staying relevant. So anyways, this is just going to be an honest rant about Overwhelm while I do my makeup. So this is not a sponsored video, but I did receive this Lancome Monsieur Big 12 Shades of Love eyeshadow palette, and I just thought I would create a fun summer look with it. So this is what it looks like. A big pink heart bubble. Maybe it will help me not be so overwhelmed. And then you open it carefully, like so, and it has 12 beautiful shades. So the heart is kind of cut into 3. You've got 4 colors under Big Crush, you've got 4 Big Date, and then 4 Big Night. I think I'm gonna use the 4 under Big Crush. Oh, I see what they've done. So they offer a highlight, a corner, a liner, and a base for each quadrant. That's kind of cool. So they've done the thinking for you. What's also kind of nice is that it comes with a really big mirror. I have to take the plastic off of it. But that's a nice mirror that you can actually, do your full face makeup with. So I appreciate that. Although the case itself is quite bulky, but it's kind of really beautiful. All right, let's get started. When I get products, I like to kind of do a full face as much as I can, and I do have this Lancome Serum Advanced Genefique that I'll start as a primer. And actually, to keep it kind of light, what I'll do is add a little pump of the TEINT IDOLE, just a little bit because I am tanned, and this is more of my winter skin. This is color 330 in Bisque. It's a neutral tone. Just gonna add a teeny tiny drop in there, and then I'm gonna warm it up with some Do the Hula from Benefit. So I always like to make these little concoctions in my palm, rub it, and that Genefique serum is really lovely. And it has a cooling effect. It's really kind of slippery, which is why I like it as a primer. So it does have a little sticky finish, which is going to be good because we're going to add some concealer and I'll add some bronzing powder, etc. So the next step, I'm just taking a MAC concealer, which I'll put in just some corners here. And what I've been loving lately is to use a little brush and just buffing the concealer. And keeping it close in the center of my face. Typically in the summertime, I don't wear a whole lot of makeup. I like to wear my skin, although I will use like concealer to like, you know, spot conceal where I need it. And I really love using liquid bronzers and just like deepening my winter foundation so I don't have to like buy a whole whack of different foundation colors because I have way too many. But what's interesting is I've always felt like this concealer was too dark for me, but I love it for the summertime, like, so it's perfect. Okay, when you're done buffing everything out, the next thing I want to do is add some bronzer. And I have to tell you, I just bought this Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. This is the color Bronze, or Bronzer, and it is lovely. It comes with a little brush, which I don't use. I just use my stippling brush, but it's a powder. However, it has this like creamy sheen finish to it. It's really lovely. This one is kind of like a, I want to say like a cooler or more neutral finish. It's not orange. It's not muddy. And it has like a veil, I call it. Like it has just a slight shine to it, but like in a healthy way, not in a I'm shining way. And it also smells like your most favorite sunscreen. Like a little hint of that coconut summery smell. Oh, it's so good. I don't usually do this, but it would be also super lovely on your chesticle, or to fill in that gap in your neck that never seems to get tanned. Ooh, this is fun. I'm gonna paint my whole body. Alright, so that's good for the bronze. I'll just grab my NARS. This is Orgasm. I'm liking these really like shiny colors for the summer. I'll just put it on the apple of my cheeks and drag it up a little bit. You can also like just tap your nose a little bit with it. Same with the bronzer. For eyebrows, I like to keep them quite simple. And by simple, I mean I'm just going to grab a clear gel. This is a Benefit 24-hour brow setter. And I like to just brush them up. And I realize that I have larger brows than most, and they're like quite full. I don't have to draw them in too much. But when I do a lot of eyeshadow and like if I have a lot of like color, it's like I don't want it competing, so I'm going to keep this nice and open. I'm going to add a little bit of eye primer. This is the Too Faced Eyeshadow Insurance. I'm trying to finish it because I want to dig into my Urban Decay primer. This one's good, but I just kind of like tired of it, you know? And I had bought the Urban Decay one like a while back. When I lose control over certain aspects of my life, I think that's when the overwhelm kicks in. Right now, there's a few things. My day job is really good. It's really busy. My blogging career job is actually quiet, and that's probably a good thing. I don't think I'd be able to physically handle more right now, especially like if I'm feeling overwhelmed. But I think the thing that has changed is that I've actually been working with other businesses. Like I'm helping my sister with her cafe, like I'm doing her marketing stuff. I've joined recently Hair Republic as their marketing manager, helping them with their marketing strategies. And I think that might be doing it. My husband is a landscaper, as you guys probably already know, and this is his busy time, and I just feel like he's not around very much, and you know, I'm looking at like our books, and I'm like not convinced that it's like very profitable right now. And so there's just a lot, like money wise. Oh, and then so we were renovating our basement in the winter time, and it's on pause because my husband has to now like focus on his landscaping business. And so we've been like living on the first floor of our bungalow house since December. So, you know, like the house feels tight, it doesn't feel organized, there's stuff everywhere, and like I guess there's just like clutter and overwhelm all over my life right now. So I can't wait. This is stupid, but I can't wait for summer to be over so that my husband can start like finishing the basement, so that we can just like move on with our lives and like focus on the next big thing. Like, there's just so much to think about, and like, yeah, it's stressing me out. I'm just like confused because it says highlight with the highlighter color, which is fine. Base is this color, which will be fine. Corner with the peach, I can do that. And then liner with like a gold, that confuses me. So anyways, I'm just gonna like do my thing, and like I'm probably gonna reverse it. So I'm gonna start with that peach color, but I'm gonna do it all over the lid. And then I'll use that lighter color as a transition. Ooh, good pigment though. Good pigment. I was not expecting. And like very little fallout in the actual palette. Ooh, the other pinks are going to be fun to use too. I kind of expected this color to be a little more peachy than coral, if that makes sense. Like the red is really strong in this. I don't mind it, but it's just not what I expected, you know? That blended out actually really nicely. But I'm still gonna go in the crease and just use that like transition shade, which is a little bit taupier than I expected. It's funny, I don't know if I would have paired those colors together, but maybe it's looking different because I've placed it on like not the recommended areas. So I'll just do that instead. I'm actually dipping into the really hot pink color from the Big Date palette. Alright, for the highlight part, I'm going to grab this highlighting shade up here and do the inner corners. And a little bit under my brow bone here. I've actually never used Lancome eyeshadows before. They're nice. They're like, they have a good creaminess to them. Oof. And actually it works better when you use your finger. It's almost like you're pressing the highlighter for that shine. Ooh. And then what I'll do is, it says liner, but I'm going to use it as like a topper. So I'll take a clean finger and just tap, ooh, the center. Yeah, that looks nice. You know, I was talking about kind of escaping your problems like with makeup, but it's just so relaxing. It's like art therapy. People do art. Well, if you're into makeup, you do makeup and it relaxes you and it calms you. But at the same time, it could be potentially kind of feeding the beast because you feel like you have to like hop on, start the video and like do something, but at the same time you're creating. So, or you know how like exercise is good for you, but sometimes it like you need that boost. It's that same like fighting philosophy, I guess. I don't know. I'm just rambling. So now I'm taking that peach again, and I'm gonna run it under my eyes here, ever so lightly. And I'm gonna actually dip it into that highlight or the gold that I put on top, the one that says liner. Just mixing that gold with the peach. Oh, this looks really pretty. I wish I had my Monsieur Big mascara because it's finished. I need a new one. The next one I get, I'm going to try the waterproof one. Because I really loved it, but it like smudged at the base on the bottom lash. This is a Tom Ford mascara, and it kind of does the same thing. But I think that's like what you get with, because it's like a creamy formula, it adds the volume. And I feel like that's the flaw in volumizing mascaras, that they are a creamier consistency and they probably just don't dry. So they tend to smudge. That's my theory. So what I've been doing is just using it on the top lid. And then on the bottom I can do something that has like a little bit more of a dry formula that won't budge. Because all my favorite mascaras that have amazing like volume capabilities all have that creamy texture. So this is the Tom Ford, I don't know what it's called. Oh, Badass Mascara from Tom Ford. Then there's the NARS Climax that does that. Monsieur Big from Lancome. Bad Gal Bang from Benefit. All my like favorite volumizing mascaras. They're all doing the same thing. And then I'm gonna grab this teeny tiny brush, mascara brush from e.l.f. just to do the bottom lashes. Okay, and for lip, I'll just use this MAC lip gloss just to keep the pink theme going, but I don't want it to compete with the eyes. Well, there you go, guys. There's the finished look using the Big Crush quadrant on this beautiful Monsieur Big eyeshadow palette. Thank you so much to Lancome who sent me this palette, and I hope that you guys had a good time chatting about Overwhelm. If you guys have any tips, please leave them in the comments below. If it's about the makeup, also leave the comments below. If you want to make any purchases or if you need any recommendations, please don't hesitate to ask me any questions. I respond to everything, and I want to make sure that I answer your questions before you make a purchase. So if you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. That's this circle over here. And you can watch more summer makeup look videos in the box over here. Thanks, guys. We'll see you in the next video. Bye!